Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night with a sharp, gripping pain shooting through your calf or foot? It can feel like your entire muscle is in a vice, refusing to let go. For many people over 65, these painful leg cramps happen more often than we'd like to admit. You might think, I stretch every morning and before bed. Why is this still happening? The truth is, simply stretching a stiff muscle may not be enough to keep cramping at bay. Imagine being able to stand up from your chair without fear of a sudden jolt of pain, or enjoying a peaceful night's sleep without the worry that a cramp will wake you up. That's the transformation we're aiming for today. Many seniors find themselves in a cycle of daily stretching routines, yet still endure frequent cramps that disrupt favorite activities, discourage walks in the neighborhood, or even steal confidence at social gatherings. It's easy to assume that if you're diligent about touching your toes or rotating your ankles, you've done all you can. But there's more to addressing leg cramps than just tugging on tight muscles. We need to look at factors like hydration, gentle strengthening, alignment, and daily habits that create lasting results. Addressing this issue isn't just about avoiding pain, it's about preserving independence, supporting mobility, and feeling in control of your body's responses. Over the years, I've worked with countless older adults who initially believed that basic stretching would solve all their leg cramp problems. After a few weeks of combining targeted movement, consistent hydration, and mindful posture checks, many discovered their muscles no longer seized up in the middle of the night. It's astounding how a few small but crucial shifts can turn that, "Oh no, here it goes again," moment into a confidence boost that says, "I can handle whatever comes my way." In the next part of our time together, you'll learn 4 key strategies that go beyond simple stretches. You'll find out how to strengthen overlooked muscles in gentle yet effective ways, the vital nutrients your body needs to maintain proper muscle function, the often ignored role of posture and footwear, and how a consistent routine can make nighttime jolts of pain a thing of the past. By the end, you'll have a plan that doesn't just relieve discomfort once or twice, but genuinely helps break the pattern of leg cramps over the long term. My goal is to help you build the confidence to stroll through your day, take part in your favorite hobbies, and rest easy at night, all without that nagging worry of muscles suddenly locking up. Let's explore these strategies step by step. As you listen, I encourage you to think about your own daily routine, those small details that might be contributing to your leg cramps. Which of these approaches resonates with you the most? Keep that question in mind as we dive into each solution and uncover why, sometimes merely stretching is only scratching the surface of what your body truly needs. First, let's look at an aspect many people overlook: the importance of strengthening muscles beyond a basic stretch. Many folks assume that if they reach down to touch their toes and do a few gentle bends, they've done their due diligence for preventing cramps. The misconception here is that stretching automatically means strengthening, when in fact flexibility and strength are 2 different aspects of muscle health. A well-stretched muscle isn't necessarily a strong one, and muscle weakness can actually set you up for more frequent cramps. Bob, who is 68, used to spend a few minutes every day doing simple calf stretches because his left calf had a tendency to seize up after he'd been on his feet for a while. Despite these stretches, the cramps kept returning, sometimes waking him up at night. His assumption was that stretching alone should solve the problem. After all, it's what he'd read in magazines and heard from well-meaning friends. However, Bob's turning point came when he realized that his leg muscles were simply not getting enough engagement throughout the week. Think of your muscles like rubber bands. While flexibility is good, a rubber band that doesn't get used much can still snap if pulled too hard. Strengthening means giving your muscles a bit of resistance to work against, so they learn to support you during movement or rest. Once Bob added short sessions of bodyweight exercises, like gentle heel raises or seated squats, his calves started to feel more robust. He also began including simple resistance band work for his ankles and feet. Within a month of adding this targeted strengthening, Bob noticed a significant drop in nighttime cramps. Why does strengthening make such a big difference? Evidence suggests that muscle cramps often arise from fatigue, which can happen when muscles aren't used to handling daily stresses. If your muscles are under-challenged, even small tasks can strain them. By offering them gradual, controlled resistance, You condition those tissues to respond more smoothly. Over time, fatigue diminishes, and so do the cramps triggered by overtaxed muscles. If you're not sure how to begin, consider starting with a simple seated exercise. For example, try ankle pumps. Sit in a sturdy chair, extend your leg, and gently flex your foot forward and backward. Do this 10 times per leg, taking it slowly. From there, you can add gentle heel raises or toe raises while holding onto a countertop for balance. The key is consistency. These mini sessions of muscle work, done every other day or so, can train your muscles to function better when they're called upon. Beyond the physical effects, strengthening has an emotional payoff too. When you feel your legs and feet becoming more capable, your confidence grows. The worries that often accompany cramped muscles, like fearing a sudden jolt of pain when you stand up, start to fade. Instead, there's the satisfaction of knowing you can handle a stroll in the park or a trip to the grocery store without second-guessing your body's stability. It's worth noting that if you have any specific conditions, like significant arthritis or balance issues, you can adapt these suggestions to your comfort level or consult a healthcare provider for guidance on the best exercises. Remember, it's not about pushing yourself to the limit. It's about consistent, moderate strengthening that supports the joints, tendons, and muscles. That's a subtle yet powerful way to reduce cramp frequency and intensity. Now that we've explored why building strength matters, let's turn to another piece of the puzzle: optimal hydration and balanced nutrition. There's a common assumption that drinking a couple glasses of water a day is all we need to keep muscles happy. Many seniors grew up hearing the general advice: drink 8 glasses of water. But that one-size-fits-all approach can overlook important details, especially once we're past 65. The misconception is that hydration is only about water intake, when in reality, electrolyte balance plays a huge role in muscle function and cramp prevention. Susan, age 72, was diligent about drinking water. She'd fill up a big bottle every morning and sip throughout the day. Yet her calf cramps persisted, especially at night. She couldn't understand why she was still getting them. After all, she rarely felt thirsty. One day, her daughter pointed out that Susan never replaced electrolytes, even though she often took diuretic medication for her blood pressure. Diuretics can deplete certain minerals, especially potassium. With the guidance of her doctor, Susan made small changes. She included more potassium and magnesium-rich foods like bananas, spinach, and avocados in her daily meals. She also asked about an electrolyte supplement that was safe for her, taking care to ensure it didn't conflict with her medications. Within a few weeks, those nightly cramps started to diminish in both frequency and severity. The science behind it is fairly straightforward. Muscles depend on a balance of electrolytes, particularly sodium, potassium, and magnesium, to contract and relax properly. When these minerals are off balance, signals between nerves and muscles can misfire, making cramps more likely. Seniors can be more prone to electrolyte imbalances due to factors like certain medications, decreased thirst sensation, or even changes in kidney function. To tackle this issue, pay attention not just to how much fluid you drink, but also what you're eating. Including a range of fruits, vegetables, and lean proteins helps supply these essential minerals. Bananas, oranges, leafy greens, and nuts are excellent sources. If you feel you need extra support, speak with a healthcare provider or registered dietitian before adding any supplements. Overloading on certain minerals can be just as problematic as not getting enough, especially if you have health conditions like high blood pressure or kidney issues. Hydration isn't solely about preventing cramps. It also supports cognitive function, circulation, and joint health. The emotional benefits are just as significant. Think about how reassuring it is to know you've covered the nutritional bases that keep your body functioning smoothly. Nighttime leg cramps can create a lingering worry that disrupts your sense of peace. By keeping your hydration and electrolytes in check, you're building another layer of confidence, reassuring yourself that you're doing everything you can to keep your muscles at ease. Before we move on, consider taking a moment right now to think about your own daily fluid intake and eating habits. Is there room to add another glass of water in the afternoon, or to swap a sugary snack for a handful of almonds? Small steps can make a tangible difference over time. With that in mind, let's examine another factor that is often overlooked: your posture and footwear. It's easy to assume that leg cramps come purely from something going wrong inside the muscle itself. Yet a surprising number of cramp issues can be traced back to how we stand, walk, and carry ourselves throughout the day. The misconception is that footwear and alignment matter only for serious athletes or runners, not for people in their 70s or 80s who are just trying to stay active. In reality, even if your main exercise is a gentle daily walk, poor alignment or unsupportive shoes can strain your legs, leading to unnecessary muscle tension and eventually cramps. Larry, 75, spent most of his time in comfortable slip-on shoes he'd owned for years. He liked them because they were easy to put on and off, but he never noticed how worn down the soles had become. Over time, he started experiencing painful calf cramps, especially after standing for a while. A friend who happened to be a retired podiatrist noticed Larry's shoes and pointed out that they offered no arch support. The constant, slight misalignment in Larry's feet was causing uneven stress on his calves. Once Larry replaced those slip-ons with a supportive pair of shoes and added simple posture exercises, like standing against a wall to align his head, shoulders, and hips, his leg cramps became far less frequent. The logic behind this is clear. If your foundation, your feet and legs, isn't properly supported, the rest of your muscles have to compensate. Overcompensation can lead to tightness and spasms. Misalignment also impairs circulation, and good circulation is essential for delivering oxygen and nutrients to muscles. Poor posture can pinch blood vessels or compress nerves, contributing to that dreaded leg lockup. Simple steps can help here. Periodically check your footwear for wear and tear. Many shoes lose their supportive structure long before the fabric starts to look old. You could also consider talking to a professional about custom orthotics if you have high arches or flat feet. In terms of posture, something as basic as ensuring your shoulders are pulled back and your head is aligned over your spine can help reduce strain. If you're sitting for long periods, take a minute every hour to stand up straight, roll your shoulders back, and take a few steps around the room. Even gentle foot circles can enhance ankle mobility and circulation. The emotional benefit to improving posture and footwear is subtle but powerful. Over time, it translates to feeling stable and grounded. Picture yourself walking into your next social event, garden club, or even just the local grocery store, moving comfortably and freely. Instead of focusing on the potential for cramps, you'll be focused on enjoying the activity at hand. Now, as you reflect on these ideas, strengthening muscles, balancing hydration and electrolytes, and maintaining proper alignment, ask yourself, which of these changes feels most urgent for you? Sometimes it helps to jot down a small plan for each. Keep that thought in mind as we move into a final strategy that pulls everything together, building a consistent daily routine to keep cramps from creeping back. Many people believe that if a certain exercise or practice doesn't fix the problem in a week or two, it isn't effective. This misunderstanding can lead to an endless search for new techniques, remedies, or gadgets. In reality, lasting relief from leg cramps often comes from doing the right combination of small steps over and over again. It's not about one magic solution. It's about layering these solutions consistently until they become second nature. Helen, 77, battled severe leg cramps for years. She'd try a new stretch or remedy for a few days, see a bit of improvement, then move on to something else. Her biggest obstacle was not sticking with any one approach long enough to truly see results. Once she committed to a daily routine that included gentle morning strengthening exercises, mindful hydration throughout the day, attention to posture and footwear, plus an evening wind-down of light stretching and relaxation, she experienced a significant reduction in cramps. She still occasionally feels a twinge here and there, but it no longer escalates into the kind of seizing pain that used to leave her in tears. Routine matters because your muscles, nerves, and even your mindset respond well to repetition. When your body knows what to expect, be it a set of calf raises, a glass of water with added minerals, or simply the consistent habit of wearing supportive shoes, it adapts. This adaptation translates to greater efficiency and fewer stress responses. Over time, you're training yourself to be more resilient to the triggers that once brought on a cramp. So how do you turn these strategies into a realistic routine? Start small. Maybe dedicate 5 minutes every morning to gentle strength exercises, then another 5 minutes in the evening for light stretching. Keep an insulated water bottle nearby to remind you to sip fluids and track whether you're including foods like bananas or spinach in your meals at least a few times a week. If you wear compression socks to aid circulation, be consistent. Don't just do it occasionally. Also, consider a quick posture check whenever you transition from sitting to standing. The beauty of this approach is that it doesn't require you to overhaul your life in one grand effort. It's about weaving in little habits that reinforce each other. And emotionally, there's a profound sense of accomplishment when you stick to a routine and start seeing real results. It's a confidence-building cycle. Consistent actions lead to fewer cramps. Fewer cramps lead to feeling empowered, and feeling empowered makes you want to stay consistent. By now, you've seen 4 key pieces that work together in defeating persistent leg cramps: targeting strength alongside flexibility, maintaining proper hydration and balanced nutrition, ensuring good alignment in footwear, and creating a steady routine that ties all these elements into daily life. If you pause and imagine yourself a month or two from now, having practiced these steps faithfully, you can begin to feel what it's like to go through your day without the looming worry of a sudden muscle cramp. Let's take a moment to bring everything together. You've learned how building muscle strength can reduce cramp frequency, how proper hydration and electrolytes help your muscles function smoothly, how attention to posture and footwear eases strain, and why consistency is the secret glue that holds all these strategies in place. Maybe you've realized there was an area you'd been neglecting, or you've been reminded of something you used to do that helped you in the past. The important part is turning these insights into action. The thing about leg cramps is that they can feel urgent and disruptive, but that urgency also provides an opportunity to make meaningful changes right now. If you've ever been jolted out of bed by a spasm, you know exactly how motivating that discomfort can be. However, the goal here isn't to scare you into drastic measures. It's to underline that you do have the power to reduce these cramps and enjoy better, more confident movement at any age. There's no need to wait until the next painful episode to start introducing small changes in your routine. Your first step might be as simple as grabbing a pen and jotting down a quick plan for tomorrow morning. What's one thing you can do right away? Maybe it's adding ankle pumps to your wake-up routine or preparing a bottle of water with a pinch of electrolytes. Perhaps you'll take a closer look at your shoes and decide it's time for a supportive upgrade. And if you feel like you're missing some puzzle pieces, particularly about how your current medications might be affecting cramps, consider talking to a healthcare professional for personalized guidance. If you found this information enlightening, feel free to share it with a friend or family member who might benefit. You can also stay connected by subscribing to future updates where we'll dive deeper into senior wellness strategies that help maintain independence. For those who want to take immediate action, you can test out the suggestions tonight. Try an evening routine with a short set of strengthening moves, a warm bath to improve circulation, and a light stretch before bed. Then pay attention to your sleep. Notice how your legs feel upon waking. If you see even a small improvement, that's a sign you're on the right track. Keep going. Ultimately, there's an empowering truth here. While aging can bring new challenges, it can also bring a wealth of wisdom, patience, and experience that younger folks don't have. You know your body better than anyone else. By dedicating a little bit of time each day to these proven strategies, you can take charge of your leg health and keep cramps from ruling your life. Let confidence guide you forward. You've got this, and there's no better time than now to put these steps into practice.